as far as people that I told about my concussion, or have told essentially, during high school, that's when it happened. It happened during a soccer game, so obviously all my teammates were there and they knew about it. I also had some friends who came to watch and were at the game. My boyfriend at the time, I told him about it because it was a natural thing to, I guess, share with people that you're close to. And then because the concussion, I guess, lasted for so long, and I had all these relationships with high school friends and stuff, it was something that most people knew about. And as far as approaching it with teachers, so when I was going into senior year, I don't totally remember how I went about doing this, but I think I kind of checked in with all my teachers at the beginning and just said, hey, this is something that I'm dealing with. If I ever look like I'm zoned out, or if I ever need to turn it, ask for an extension on an assignment, this is probably why, something like that. And then, so it was very interesting for me to make the transition from high school to college, because I'm from Michigan and I go to school in Nashville, Tennessee at Vanderbilt, and no one that has been to my high school I even know of who's applied to Vanderbilt. So basically was starting fresh here. And so because in high school I really didn't have a chance to decide some of who knew about this concussion. In college that was really different because I was the only one who was aware of it. So on the front end, I don't know exactly when I told my roommates, but I felt like that was something that they needed to know if I ever asked someone to turn off the TV or turn off the lights, if I wanted the room to just kind of exist with minimal stimuli, whatever. They were kind of the first people I told, but and most of my good friends now, so it's my third year of college, many of them know about my concussion, but not necessarily to the full extent. And there are still people who I consider close friends that either didn't know for 2 years of college, or have just recently found out, or still some people who probably don't know. And I think that is also a choice that I made because I don't necessarily want this to be all consuming of my identity. But it's recognizing that it is a big part of my life. And I realized that more the people that I'm closer to, the people that I would feel comfortable either being vulnerable around or asking hey, can we reschedule this? Cause I just really can't right now. Or I'm sorry, I love you. I would love to talk to you, but just I can't right now. I think being upfront with people that I'm close to has allowed me to share with them things that maybe they can do in just certain moments to help me better. And to do that, I shared this experience with them. Also with professors, so Vanderbilt has a really great system for accommodations called student access services. So essentially, if you get medical documentation and submit it to the student access office, they will write you an accommodation letter, and you can request certain accommodations. Your doctor can request certain accommodations, and then you basically get that letter and you give it to your professors on the first day of class, and you can schedule time to talk with them privately about what those accommodations might look like for you. So that has been really great because there was already kind of a system that was in existence before I got to Vanderbilt. So when I got here, it was just finding that system and getting involved with it. It wasn't me charting the path on how to talk to professors with a medical condition, because there were other students out there who were doing that. And as far as professors, I feel like I personally didn't have that much, I wasn't uncomfortable talking with them ever. They were all very receptive and willing to work with me, and other students who use kind of the accommodation services. So that was all really great. But I think the fact that Vanderbilt recognizes that, and these can be physical disabilities, mental illnesses, kind of a broad spectrum of things that you might need to be accommodated for. So professors were super receptive. And yeah, so I guess long answer made short, but in high school it was kind of everyone knew without me having a chance of explaining that, but I didn't mind all that much. And then college, met a bunch of new people was able to tell them on my own terms and have really just shared it with people who I have felt close to.